We're breaking into programming for an update on the investigation into a reported assault initially said to have happened at Tanglewood Park. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office holding a news conference. Let's listen in.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Henry Gray with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. I would like to thank you and welcome you again to this press conference. In keeping the principle of transparency and the integrity of this office, we'd like to bring you an update and a conclusion to the people of this county in reference to the alleged assault that took place at Tanglewood. With that being said, I'd like to introduce Captain James Ray of the Special Investigation Division. He'll be followed by District Attorney Jim O'Neill and later by Sheriff Bobby F. Kimbrough. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon. My name is James Ray, Captain with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. On June 30th, 2026, our deputies and investigators responded to Tanglewood Park for a reported sexual assault. As a result of the thorough investigation conducted by our investigators, Ms. Caitlin Bryant Keene was determined to provide investigators with false information during multiple interviews. Due to that, she was charged yesterday on August 6th with felony obstruction with justice and misdemeanor filing false police report. She was taken before a magistrate and given a $50,000 unsecured bond and has a future court date of August 20th, 2026 in courtroom 308 at the Forsyth County Courthouse. I now welcome up Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough.
First of all, I want to thank you all for being here. Originally, I was just going to send out a press release updating you as to what happened. But I felt that in our true transparency, we need to share with the community and put this to rest because, first of all, I want to apologize for the misstatements that were told by her to the community, the terror that was created by this alleged incident. And I wanted to share with the community because I felt that the community should know what happened, that it did not happen. After several interviews, technological discoveries, as well as DNA results, this did not happen. The next thing I wanted to share with the people of this community is that as a result of this, the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office spent 1,100 hours of man hours on this investigation. Not only man hours, we spent overtime hours on this. In addition to that, we spent another $4,000 for DNA and other issues for a grand total of $46,209.88. And I wanted to share with the community because we take all reports serious and we will always do our best to bring everything to a conclusion. And so I wanted to let the community know that there is no need to worry. There is no masked man or no attacker lurking around in our community out in that part of the county, and that this incident did not happen. And as a result of that, in talking with the district attorney, Mr. Jim O'Neill, we concluded that we had to charge her with this because I felt that it wasn't right. It was wrong to create that kind of fear in our community, not to mention to mislead and to be very distruthful about the whole investigation, because there are people out there who are experienced and have experienced trauma like this, and to allege that you had not experienced it, shame on you. And so with that being said, I'll bring up to the podium Mr. Jim O'Neill. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. I'm Jim O'Neill. I'm the Forsyth County District Attorney. When Sheriff Kimbrough and his staff came to me and they shared what they had found as a result of their investigation, we talked about possible and potential charges in this case. And one of the things we landed on was obstruction of justice. And this was clearly, without commenting on the facts themselves, it was the opinion of the sheriff and his staff that probable cause existed to charge the individual with obstruction of justice. Now, when you look at the crime of obstruction of justice, you can actually, and it becomes a felony when it's done with the purpose to deceive or defraud And in this case, that's exactly what happened. What I want to say to the community is this is infuriating from my perspective, because there are so many people out there that are victimized, truly victimized, and I do not want this incident and the way it turned out to prevent victims of crime from coming forward. As the sheriff said, they will investigate every single allegation, and they're not worried about what it's costing them or the resources it's costing them. It's what they do. It's what they do every day. And we're grateful for the Sheriff's Department. We're grateful for the City of Winston-Salem, the Police Department. But to the victims out there, please do not let this intimidate you. Do not let this prevent you from coming forward. We will talk to you, and we will have pros investigate these cases. And to the individuals out there that have become suspects during the course of these allegations, it's very, very unfortunate. I am glad that we are at a position and a place today, in cooperation with the sheriff's investigators, to bring this to a point where charges were presented to an independent magistrate, and the magistrate found that probable cause did in fact exist to charge this individual with felony obstruction of justice. Thank you.
And again, before we conclude, I apologize for the community being deceived by this alleged attack, as well as the mental anguish that was created to the community by alleging something like that happened. So without any delay, I'll answer a few questions, and we want to put this to bed. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Sheriff Kimbrough, for your time today. First question is, was there a particular motive that was determined for this woman to fabricate this entire incident and, again, prolong this investigation?
So here's what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to stay away from that. While we know what the motive was, I don't think the motive has any place in this conversation. But what I can tell you was that the motive was wrong.
Sheriff, would you say that she was assaulted at all, or did it just not happen point blank, period?
What I can tell you is that the assault did not happen the way she told us. What I can tell you is the assault did not happen the way she wanted us to believe it. We scientifically know that her conversation, all the things that we have done to investigate this, not to mention the many different versions of it. We know it did not happen in Tanglewood, and we did know it did not happen the way she had said it happened.
So there was an assault, though. It just didn't happen at the park, and it didn't happen the way that she said it happened.
Exactly.
Got it, thank you.
Do you have that spelling of her name as well? So.
I don't know and don't want to know it, ma'am. I'm sure you probably can get it from somewhere. I don't even want to say her name. It's very disturbing to me that someone would cause this kind of anguish to our community. We take those kind of reports seriously because, as you saw, the fallout from behind that, people stopped doing their normal activities, they stopped running. It changed everyday life, styles of people. In addition to that, it cost the taxpayers money. Right at $50,000, 46,208, 88. That's $46,000 of the taxpayers' money that was spent on some tomfoolery.
Would you say this woman was surprised when she received the charges that she received?
I wasn't there when they picked her up last night. I'm sure she had to feel it was coming because, when you know that you're wrong, you know that eventually it's going to be a knock at your door. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
Sheriff, did your investigators interview any male suspects in this case at all?
We did. And that's why I said I want to apologize to the community for the anguish, the stress, the duress, and the mess that was created from that. Simple. Yes, ma'am.
Will the taxpayers see the impacts of this over $46,000 of money that was wasted for this event?
You're probably not going to like my answer, but we probably going to be over budget again. Because, I'm going to spend it because I'm going to make sure that the community is safe at any cost. Probably wasn't a good joke, but that's how I felt it. I'm sorry.
On a logistical sense, was Ms. King booked into the jail, or did she post bond?
Secured bond, unsecured,
How much?
50,000.
The North Carolina court system portal is down right now. Any chance we could get the sheriff's office to provide the arrest warrant and maybe a booking photo?
I'll be glad to do that for you. Matter of fact, I think the public should have a booking photo.
Are you investigating the individual who assaulted her at all, even though it didn't take place at the park or the way she said it was?
So what I would tell you is that that's a whole nother conversation that is separate from this one. So with that, I'll stay away from that. What we wanted you to know, what we wanted the public to know, what we want our community to know is that this did not happen as it was alleged. The story was fabricated, which caused a lot of anguish to the community. A lot of people were upset about it. And so we wanted you all to know, rather than just sending out a press release, I felt that in the spirit of transparency, that we stand here and we share with the community what we know to be factual, what we know did not happen, so that the people can put that to bed and go back to their normal routine, whether it's running or jogging or walking through the park, to know that there's no guy out there in the community lurking around the corner in the park. Well, first of all, I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming. And as always, it's good to see you all. Thank you.
This has been a significant update on this story. Let's go back for a moment. This all started June 30th when a woman said she was jogging on a hiking trail at Tanglewood Park and said she'd been sexually assaulted while doing that. Within a couple of days, the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office came out. They said, it's not looking like this happened at Tanglewood Park. Today, we have gotten confirmation from Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough that in fact that is what they're saying. Not only did this assault not happen at Tanglewood Park, it did not happen in the way that the alleged victim said it had. Furthermore, we can tell you this. The woman who alleged this assault is now facing felony charges for obstruction of justice, providing false information. She has an upcoming court date. Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough was very clear in saying we need to put this to rest. We need everyone to know there is no masked man out there lurking out there. There was a follow-up question that asked, are you investigating this assault then if it did happen, just not in the way that she initially claimed? His response to that, that's a conversation for another day. But again, the big takeaway here, that alleged assault did not happen at Tanglewood Park. It did not happen in the way it was initially described. And the woman who alleged that assault is now facing felony charges. We will have much more on the news at 4. And if you would like to watch this news conference in its entirety, you can watch that on our YouTube channel. We'll see you at 4.